Hi, and welcome to the Media Bubble Podcast, the podcast that talks about movies, anime, comics, video games, and whatever we feel like. I'm your host, Karol, and with me as always is my co-host, Fredrik.
Yeah, hello today, and welcome to our Mario Kart episode, or a retrospective of the Mario Kart series, or the games I have played in the Mario Kart series.
Yeah, this was your idea to take up a Mario Kart, because I'm not really into...
Yeah, I kind of felt like we needed a video game episode after we had to cancel one we had planned.
Yeah.
And more details on that maybe another day. Let's see.
Or not. Maybe it will remain a mystery, and you'll never know.
Yeah, maybe. So I'm thinking of a little bit of a retrospective on the Mario games I have played. Then we're going to maybe do a bigger discussion on Mario Kart 8 specifically.
All right, I'm ready. My body is ready.
Okay. So if I begin thinking about Mario Kart, my brother actually owned a Nintendo 64 for a while, but he didn't own Mario Kart, he owned Diddy Kong Racing. So it wasn't until the GameCube, which I don't even remember which year this was, maybe 2003, 4, something like that, but my brother got a GameCube, and with it he had Mario Kart Double Dash, which is kind of a unique Mario Kart in the Mario Kart franchise, because you have two characters in the same car, and you can even play with another person. Two can play in the same car.
Yeah, you're like in a team.
Yeah, if you're playing with another person, it's like the one person drives and the other shoots items and helps with the boost or the slides.
Alright, I never played Double Dash, so that's news to me.
So there's 8 teams up of characters. There's Mario, Luigi, Yoshi and Birdo for some reason, and Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. was kind of new actually when this one came out. I think Sunshine, which was Bowser Jr.'s debut, was just a year before or something like that. But anyway, we have Mario Kart Double Dash, actually a weird pairing of characters, also King Boo and P.T. Piranha.
I didn't minor antagonists feel.
Yeah. Luigi's main antagonist versus a boss in the Sunshine.
But I think P.T. Piranha, I just think the newest Mario Tennis.
Well, anyway, Mario Kart Double Dash was really fun game when I was little. It was kind of fun to just mixture around with characters of the teams, and it had 3 cups with 4 races in each cup. No, it had 4 cups, but one was unlockable, and so there was, for a while I only played with 3 cups that had 4 racetracks in them, which is kind of weird today, because that seems like such a small number, but back then I was kind of happy with that number, and
it's kind of funny because in today we are in the era of Mario Kart 8 and like DLC course pass.
Yeah, but I also feel like each track that they actually made was kind of unique. Like from what you can see of this picture here, there's a boat cruise with the Daisy team, and there's a Wario Stadium and Luigi Circuit which you can drive on opposite sides. Baby Park, DK Jungle, Bowser's Castle. I felt like there was a lot of variety in those 16 stages. They were kind of also, I feel like the racetracks was also a little bit bigger made, because the kart needed to be a bit bigger because they had 2 characters in them. But it was a really fun game when I was little, and the double character mechanic was really unique specifically for it. But it also is that weird thing of thinking back of how little tracks were actually in it, but you were actually pretty happy with that number at that time.
But it's maybe as you said, maybe the trucks were big enough and unique enough that you didn't feel the need, that you didn't feel the lack of stages.
And then the next game, or I'm not sure if I actually had the DS or Mario Kart Wii first. I'm not 100% sure about that. I might have gotten actually Mario Kart Wii, but let's go in release order, I guess. With Mario Kart DS. Mario Kart DS was a handheld version, so it wasn't, I would say, as maybe.
It was on DS.
Yeah, it was a pretty good DS game. Let's see. It also had. I also feel like this is kind of where it started with the main Mario Kart mechanic of sliding and kind of how it controls today. I feel like I have a kind of easy time getting into each new Mario Kart game because the controls or the mechanics are kind of similar to how I played in the other games.
You have that advantage. I mean, you always wreck me at Mario Kart, so now I at least know where you got the skills from.
Yeah, but I remember in the later, specifically in Mario Kart 8, when I first got it and I played versus some other people, and I was like, I'm so much better than the others.
Have you tried speedrunning Mario Kart 8?
No.
You can try.
I'm not I have tried speedrunning some other games and I don't find it fun, to be honest. But anyway, you have a small selection of 12 characters, if I remember correctly. I also feel like the tracks on this game was kind of... There were some, but there was a lot of good ones like Waluigi Pinball, Tick-Tock Clock. Tick-Tock Clock is one of my favorite races, actually. And it was good and unique for the DS, which was kind of a small device, but it also did one thing unique, and that is it had 4 original cups, which every other Mario Kart had, but this one also had 4 more cups with retro tracks in from other previous Mario Kart game. So that is kind of where that trend began.
So Mario Kart DS kind of set the trend, as you said, for a lot of the following games.
Yeah, I guess it's had a lot of things set in place for the future. It also got back to one character on a cart.
I just kind of, because you put two Luigis, it kind of looks like they're racing Mario, but I know that we don't see the same cart, the Hoover cart, in the later installments.
And then we have Mario Kart Wii. Actually, do you want to know how I found out about Mario Kart Wii? Because this is still the time where I wasn't on the internet all the time. So,
our youthful days, the good times.
Yeah, the times where you weren't worried about anything.
Exactly.
So one Friday I got a Donald Duck comic, and after I read the first Donald Duck stories, because the Donald Duck comics are filled with commercials, and after that I saw Mario Kart Wii, and it had kind of a Wii wheel, and oh, you can ride bikes. I wasn't really sure why, but I got so excited by that poster. So I guess it did its job.
I mean, you were interested in Mario Kart, and it was in your favorite magazine. It was kind of like you were the target audience.
I guess so. Have you played Mario Kart Wii? I don't remember.
No, I didn't. I think what I played is just 8. And it was with you.
So Mario Kart Wii, as I said with Mario Kart DS, the same mechanics are kind of in Mario Kart Wii. It has bikes now. It has a little bit of a longer roster of characters, Actually, Mario Kart Wii might have the best roster of characters, to be honest.
How come it's the best? Why does it
Because
compare to the...
Because it's well spread. The characters aren't too similar to each other.
How do you mean? Stat-wise? Or do you mean variety as in characters?
Variety as in characters, not stat-wise. I feel like each character is a bit unique, but still different enough from each other, because there are some characters later in other Mario Kart game, Mario Kart 8, that are kind of very similar to each other.
Baby Bowser? Bowser Jr.
Yeah,
because like
more on that maybe later, but what I can say about Mario Kart Wii is that this game has some of my favorite all-time tracks in it. With I'm going to talk about my favorite tracks later, so maybe it isn't so good that I talk about it here. But Mario Kart Wii's original tracks are some of my all-time favorites. Some of the original tracks weren't as good, but it kind of variety, I guess. Mario Kart 7 is for the 3DS game. This one...
How was the free... I mean, I know it's a little bit of a derail, but how did the 3D work on 3DS?
For most games, not at all. There were a few games that made it work, but the 3D was kind of a weird thing, because I never really had it on. Like, I found it better to just have it off.
Yeah, because like the console came around the time when like Avatar came out. It was all about the 3D. But then it just kind of flopped.
Do you know that the GameCube was originally made to be a 3D console?
Virtual Boy, right?
No, the GameCube, Nintendo GameCube.
How? Like it.
Well, they weren't able to make it work back then, but they still had a concept in their head, and I guess they made it for the 3DS.
And that flopped.
No, the 3D. In beginning, the 3DS flopped, yeah, but it grew to makes it money worth.
Hey, that's good. I mean, I didn't come back to Nintendo consoles from DS until Switch.
But Mario Kart 7 was kind of lacking in content, to be honest. Like there wasn't even a mode where I could choose one track and play against the computers.
How did you play it then?
If I wanted to play against the computers on a normal track, I had to choose one cup, which was 4 races in a row.
That sucks.
And Mario Kart 7, to be honest, it also had this mechanic of a glider and you drive underwater.
Which we see in 8 as well.
Mario Kart 7 is a bit of a weird one for me, because it has my least favorite original tracks. There are some that I like DK Jungle, and the Rainbow Road one was kind of unique too. But overall, the original tracks I didn't really like them too much, which was kind of weird, because the retro tracks that this game brought back were some of my all-time favorites of the series.
Kind of makes it even harder for the new tracks to stand out in that case.
So that was kind of a retrospective on these 4 games, and now I guess we are getting into the main Mario
course.
Kart, the best of them all, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best of the best for a reason. Like, hello, they didn't even release 9. They just continue with the DLC courses.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing Nintendo does, I feel like, where they only kind of release one game per series on one console.
Although, I mean, Mario Kart started on the Switch.
No, the
Wii.
No, the Wii U.
I mean, the Wii U is kind of predecessor to the Switch, so I guess.
Let's see. What can I talk about this game? This for me is the best of this series, to be honest. I felt like this one took all the things that was good in the previous and kind of improved on it. The main gimmick was the anti-gravity, but to be honest, even though they made a deal out of it, I don't really feel like that is such a special thing when you're in anti-gravity, because you have the camera in the exact same place as you would normally have it.
I mean, it maybe contributed to like track diversity, because then you didn't have to like you could explain like different angles of anti-gravity. But I agree, like you're still driving forward. For you, it's still the ground is down.
I also remember that when I first saw this on E3, when they presented it for the first time, this is the first time I really felt like HD graphics were amazing. Because HD had been a thing with other consoles like PS3 and things like that, but I never really felt like they used colors that much in those consoles. So having a Mario Kart game where it kind of uses color with the HD, I kind of just felt like this game looked amazing.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a sad thing, but a lot of the PS3 games in that era, a lot of them just used like a brown or gray or dark or just like muddy colors. But this just like all of the colors here pop.
Which I kind of felt like is a thing that HD really makes work. Let's see. I also liked the 32 original or the 16 original tracks and the 16 retro tracks in the beginning was a really good mix also. I never really felt like there was one bad track, to be honest. It also brought in some interesting character choices.
Oh,
like
yeah. Isabelle?
Yeah, that was later on with DLC, but it had the Koopalings, which some would argue is the kind of similar character, but I find the Koopalings kind of to be unique and fun, so I didn't really mind them. But at the same time there was like 5 babies, which I kind of always wondered, why do they want to put babies in a kart racing game?
Baby Mario, baby Luigi, baby Peach,
baby Daisy,
baby
and
Rosalina.
Introduced in this game, baby Rosalina. And another character that has been hated pretty much since the beginning of her being announced is Pink Gold Peach.
It's the equivalent of Metal Mario. It's like...
But people have trouble probably with Metal Mario too. And then they introduced I guess a 4th form, because the babies also count, so there was a Tanuki Mario and Cat Peach later on too with DLC. So there was 4 variants of Mario and Peach.
I mean, I kind of wish, for me at least, that they would instead make them like costumes, like in Smash Bros, where you can just switch the outfit before you start playing.
So this game also, another thing that I have to complain about the roster is that I never really understood why Diddy Kong was never in this game. Like, it can feel so weird to me that Donkey Kong is the sole representative of his series.
I wanted to say that he's a baby, but we have literal babies driving cars. So,
no, Diddy Kong is more like a teen.
But I am wondering, maybe he'll be introduced with the DLC.
I haven't seen that. It seems like they're just focusing on tracks there. But anyway, this original game also had DLC. It had 4 new cups, which was kind of unique, because then that meant more tracks than 32, which hadn't been done. They hadn't done more tracks since the DS, so this had been a little while. So more variety of tracks, I guess. And,
which is always good.
I also find that in Mario Kart it's also very... If you want to be good at Mario Kart, I would say that the biggest thing you gotta learn is probably how to drift. Because if you drift, you can get some some shortcuts on the track, and you can also get a speed boost. And I feel like the physics and I guess the mechanic of choosing car parts really made this game's physics and how you drive really good, I guess.
I
you can
mean,
say.
because while I didn't have prior experience with Mario Kart, I did play Crash Bandicoot Team Racing. So I can say that in this game, the drifting is way harder.
Alright, I find it harder in Crash, to be honest.
I think it's just what maybe there's a point to be made about what we're just used to. But I feel like you need to be a way more focused here.
Do we? Because I feel like Crash is the other way around for me, because maybe it's because we have grown up with the other series.
I mean, I played Crash like on PS2.
And I have another picture for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this time, which introduced some new things like, I guess I haven't spoken about this, but there was also introduced third-party characters. I think the first one announced was Link, then Animal Crossing, then Splatoon. I think that's all the third parties yet. Also different colors for Yoshi and Shy Guy, and I guess more variety. But what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe really brought to the table versus the other versus Mario Kart 8, the original, was that it had a good battle mode, which 4 different variants. Have you played battle mode with me?
I think we played it once.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about at least.
But that was kind of the main thing with this newer version, and a picture of Balloon Battle there, Karol. It also expanded the roster a little with Dry Bones, Bowser Jr.
Dry Bowser.
Yeah, and that came in our earlier DLC, but and Splatoon characters, and King Boo was back. And apparently Gold Mario too. I have
Why do we have Gold Mario?
I kind of forgot about him, to be honest. But there's also they are also announced that they are going to double the tracks, which from how many tracks were they on? From 48, they're going to add 48 retro courses, I guess. It seems like they also are taking these courses directly from Mario Kart Tour. Maybe a little bit of an upscaling, but I didn't feel like it was that much.
From what I've seen online, it seems like they are taking the tours from the app game, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's more courses to play on.
Yeah, it's, as I said, 48 new courses.
Yeah.
It was kind of a lot already in the game, and now they are doubling it.
Yeah, I mean, in defense,
it's almost 100 tracks when I think about it.
They're pulling a Smash Ultimate with Mario Kart 8, because it's also a sign for Infinite, so that will be the only game.
Yeah, the next game they're making for the next system will also be Mario Kart 8. Triple Deluxe.
It's like Skyrim, it will be on every platform.
So I know that you have played Mario Kart 8 at least. Well, how do you feel about Mario Kart?
I feel it's fun. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm a super uber master, but I like, as you said, like I like that it's colorful, like that it's silly, I like that I can play as a villager, like it's a fun game overall.
I also thought that we haven't really discussed the items. I feel like these are kind of standard items to have in some way. There's a shell with a tracking device. There's
green shells, blue shells,
there's a speed boost in a mushroom. One that is kind of unique to Mario Kart is the blue shell, I guess.
It didn't exist in previous games?
I think it first came in Mario Kart 64, but it has been there ever since, and it's the blue shell is kind of unique because it's a tracking device, so it goes to the first player on the field.
It's like so it evens out the competition.
Yeah, if you're ahead by a lot, then expect a blue shell. And there also actually came a Mario Kart 8 a way to defend against the blue shell in the kind of sound
boombox.
system. Yeah, boombox of some kind. And there are some games where the blue shell, I think in Mario Kart 7 or maybe Mario Kart Wii, but there was one game which is irritated me a lot because it felt like I was getting blue shelled all the time.
What game was it?
I think it was Mario Kart 7, but I'm not exactly sure. The thing is, if you are getting triple stars and you need to get first place in each of the races, and if you are getting first place in the first 3 laps and then you are on the 4th one, and this has happened to me, and you're in the last lap and you see the ending of the track and you get blue shelled, and then you get bombed by a lot of other items suddenly, and you get second place suddenly. That is an irritating feeling, I gotta say.
It just makes me kind of glad I didn't play as much as Mario Kart, but I would like to remedy that someday.
But we have played a couple of times. Do you have a specific memory of we playing?
I mean, I have a memory of you beating my ass.
Okay.
In the game.
Yeah, that probably happens a lot.
Yeah. As you said, you're really good at Mario Kart.
Yeah, as I said, you're kind of train after everyone. I remember going online a couple of times, and yeah, I kind of came first a lot of those times too.
But I was wondering, what is your favorite character to play as in Deluxe?
It's Swift a little bit. My all-time favorite Mario character is Yoshi, but in Mario Kart 8 I have some characters that I played more than others, like Shy Guy, Larry, Koopa of the Koopalings I play sometimes. Yeah, and Yoshi and maybe Koopa Troopa. And Luigi sometimes too, of course.
I mean, he's your favorite character, so...
No, Yoshi is my favorite character.
But Luigi is close second.
Maybe. Sometimes I play as Daisy and Rosalina, maybe too.
I can't...
And actually, one thing that I do remember about this game is that wasn't that how your hate for Rosalina started with us playing Mario Kart Wii?
Yes,
because Karol has a kind of thing with he hates Rosalina as a character.
I mean, yes, but this is just a personal silly grudge stemming from this game.
And this wasn't me playing as Rosalina, it was a computer that Karol had trouble with, that I guess always shelled him or something.
Which, I mean, that just proves my point. She's evil. She is the eldritch deity that comes to torment me in every single Mario game.
Okay. Would you ever play as Rosalina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just become the evil you want to see in the world.
Okay. Be the evil. And do you have a favorite character if you would play as someone? You once told me that Bowser was your husband.
Yes, but I mean, the problem here being that if I play Bowser, he's really heavy. But I think, I mostly play as Roy, actually, but I think he's heavy as well.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is kind of like, as you said about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, this is kind of the ultimate Mario Kart game. It has almost 100 tracks, it has a big roster, even if it maybe could use some Diddy Kong in it. It has a good battle mode. Like, everything about this game is unique.
Yeah, so that's the reason why Nintendo wanted to expand.
The only thing that I can think of that it doesn't have is in Mario Kart DS there's existed some kind of mission modes where they created some missions for you to do on racetracks, like collect coins or something like this. They even put boss battles in it when I think about it.
How do you... Crash Bandicoot also has boss battles, so it was like one-on-one races, right?
No, it was you in an arena type thing, and you literally fighting a boss from Mario 64.
Interesting. I would like to see that.
Did I put a picture actually on? Let's see, where's Mario Kart? Yeah, here.
Hell.
You're in kind of an arena type, and you are fighting that enemy.
Is that a box on his butt?
No, that's an item box. That's kind of just behind him at the moment. And as a kind of last thing, I want to go through my 10 favorite tracks that I have played so far.
Number 10.
As you can see, I just have them up here. But number 10, Yossi's Circuit. It's a really fun track, more fun than maybe you expect because it's kind of you're racing in an outline of Yoshi. And he has a kind of unique body, I guess, because he has it's fun to race on it. And also Mario Kart 8 really upgraded it, so it looks really beautiful too.
I wanted to say it looks cute. It looks like somewhere I'd like to visit.
Number 9, Koopa Cape, which is kind of a water-themed racetrack. You're even in at one point a tunnel in it where you're kind of underwater and you drive through this tunnel, and you also get speed boost when you're driving in the flow of the water. It's a fun track. And then we have a Daisy Cruiser, which is you driving in a big cruiser boat.
But is it just like a circular map, the cruiser?
Kind of, I guess. In some ways, yes, and in some ways not. There's one part of the track that I remember where you're going through a dining hall, and you know how boats tips? No.
Not usually, but I know that they sway.
Yeah, they sway. That kind of is in a mechanic there where the tables go from one side to the other. Then we have Mushroom. I actually don't really remember what that one is called, but this one is kind of fun because at some parts of the track you are kind of jumping on mushrooms, and I don't know, I just kind of found that fun. It's kind of unique to that track also because it's not a mechanic that's always there. And then we have Airship Fortress, I think this next one is called. It's kind of this one is from the Nintendo DS, remade in the 3DS, and it's kind of you going around different airships and driving on them, I guess you can say.
Yeah, the Digital Bowser airships. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, and then we have DK Jungle from Mario Kart 3DS. As I said, not the biggest fan of 3DS tracks, but I really like this one. It's kind of inspired by Donkey Kong Country, and I think it was even made by the team that made that game. So yeah, it's fun and has a unique look, I guess. And then we have Coconut Mall, where you're driving through a mall.
I think there was a meme before going around like, you just got coconut mauled. Send it out to your other friends, they can too get coconut mauled.
I didn't know about that meme in that case.
I'll show you after the recording.
And then we have Wario's Mountain, and I think this was the first track where they kind of did this thing where instead of having you race around in 3 laps, this one was just one long track.
But even I think remember this one. It's from 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks, I think.
Yeah, and it has a lot of different winter elements in it. Like at one point you're even
like on a ramp.
Yeah.
Like a snowboarding ramp.
Yeah, at some points you're in a cave, and at some points you're driving in one of these waterfalls. No, that's not what it's called. But do you know this slalom when you ski from one side to the other? That was also an element they took in this track, and yeah, it's really fun. And next is Tick-Tock Clock, which originally was from the DS, then remade in Mario Kart 8. And this one is you're kind of in. Imagine you're kind of in
a clock.
In a clock, and you're driving to different clock parts, and it's more fun than you expect, I guess.
I remember playing this one, and it is pretty fun.
It's also kind of unique, I guess, because not a lot of teams have clocks, I guess, in it. At least in racing tracks.
And number one?
Big Blue, or is it called... I probably should have checked the
don't look at me.
Name of the first one.
I don't know. I know the most basic.
Big Blue, maybe. This is a track based on F-Zero at least, and it's a kind of like Wario. It's a really long track, and it has a lot of fun elements in it. Some speed boosts, some driving on water, and I don't know. It's kind of just fun because it's a long track, as I said, like Wario, and it has some fun mechanics and elements in it. So that was my top 10 tracks of the Mario Kart series, and I guess that was kind of all I had on Mario Kart. A kind of a retrospective episode on what I feel about this series.
Yeah, I mean, you play this game a lot, or you... I don't... Wait, do you regularly play Mario Kart anymore?
Not as much today, because it's been a while. I think that when all the 48 bonus tracks have arrived, I think I'm going to get that then and play those then, so maybe I will get into it a bit more then, but right now not so much. But it's always a fun game to come back to.
I can see why. It as you said, it's kind of like the ultimate thing, like the ultimate Smash. And it has everything you'd ever want. I mean, it doesn't have tag teams, but otherwise everything is here.
As I said, Mario Kart 8 kind of started as a ordinary Mario Kart game, but because of the technology now where you can add DLC and things like that, and also that they decided to make Mario Kart 8 the primary version for the Nintendo Switch 2 and add upon that again, and I guess add 48 new tracks to a game that's already
bursting with content.
No, but it's like 6 years or something. This game came out like 2014.
We were still in school, I feel.
Like I think this is the biggest gap between Mario games that the series have ever had.
But I feel like, I mean, if we're coming back to reasons for why they are continuing supporting it, because a lot of the people already have this game.
Yeah, it's the best-selling Nintendo Switch game.
And if they were to release another one, they would be competing with themselves.
Maybe. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has really become the ultimate Mario Kart game. Maybe even the best. I'm not sure about this, but maybe the best kart racer in video games.
With your sweet words, I believe anything.
Really? Have I been that convincing?
When it comes to Mario, yes.
Okay. The weird thing about Mario that I have said a couple of times before, but while I like Mario's games, I don't really feel that much for the characters.
I mean, why would you? They've been in so many games that...
I feel like they have taken it a bit too far with the silent protagonist now. How long has Mario been around, and he's kind of... What do we know about him?
He's Mario. He's not from Italy. He's a Nintendo property.
What do you mean he's not from... Okay, he's from Mushroom Kingdom, but...
Because I feel like there was this, Didn't Nintendo put out a statement that he's not a plumber anymore?
Have they?
I have to check it out. Wait. Are we doing it live on air? Maybe. Will I look like a fool again? Maybe. Mario is not a plumber. It's official. Mario is a plumber again. Okay.
Okay. Mario is a plumber again, so that means that at one point he wasn't.
Yeah, because I remember correctly, in 2017, his profile on Japanese Nintendo page, they updated it and said that he's not a plumber anymore.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's never really done that much plumbing, to be honest.
This gif of me showing you the 3D world.
Yeah, that was one time. He's kind of like more of a save the day kind of character now.
I mean, what else is he supposed to be? Like, I feel like with what he's now, sure, he's losing his identity, but it's making him more malleable for new formats.
I mean, it's good for him that Bowser keeps stealing Peach, because what else would Mario do?
I don't think that's stealing anymore. I think they're just, like, meeting for coffee.
Okay. It happens too often now.
Exactly. Like, they're just best friends. That's my headcanon anyway.
But Bowser comes and kidnaps Peach again, and they're kind of like, oh, we're doing this again.
Yeah, it's like...
How was your week been? And while we're doing this, when do you want to go and kart race?
Exactly. Like, he's still invited, so it means they're not enemies.
So, that was our Mario Kart episode. So, do you want to end this, Karol?
Of course. As always, thank you all for listening, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we have. Don't forget to follow, hit that bell icon, or follow us on socials like Twitter. See you again in the next episode, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye!